The HFY Empire's declaration echoed across every human communication channel. The oceans of Earth now belong to the HFY. Your primitive species may keep your drylands. Any vessel entering waters deeper than 50 meters will be destroyed. Admiral James Cooper stood on the bridge of the USS Leviathan, watching the alien structures rise from the Pacific. Crystalline towers breached the surface, glowing with bioluminescent energy. The HFY had arrived 3 days ago. Sleek, dolphin-like beings encased in organic armor that rippled like liquid mercury. They actually think we'll just give them the oceans? Lieutenant Maria Rodriguez asked, incredulous. They scanned our cities, our atmospheric presence, Cooper replied grimly. They think we're a land species. The HFY had made a critical miscalculation. They'd seen humanity's cities, their satellites, their aircraft, and assumed humans were like every other terrestrial species they'd conquered. They hadn't bothered to scan deeper. They hadn't wondered why humans called their world Earth, when 71% of it was water. Deep beneath the Pacific, submarine Captain David Park received his orders. All deep water vessels, activate silent running. Wait for the signal. The HFY moved swiftly, establishing their cities in the shallow waters. Their technology was impressive, biomechanical structures that filtered water, extracted resources, and terraformed the ocean floor to suit their needs. They celebrated their easy victory, broadcasting their success to their empire. Earth's oceans were theirs. Then they tried to go deeper. The first HFY expedition to the Mariana Trench never returned. The second found their remains, bodies crushed by pressure their scanners had somehow failed to detect properly. The HFY were adapted to ocean worlds, yes, but gentle ones. Worlds where the deepest points reached perhaps 2,000 meters, where pressure was manageable, where life was soft and yielding. Earth's oceans were different. Sir, an HFY scout reported to Commander Velnash. The pressure readings must be wrong. We're detecting measurements that would crush our strongest vessels. Impossible. Recalibrate the scout's signal cut off. On the display, his biosignature flared and vanished at the 3,000-meter mark. That's when the submarines rose from the deep. Humanity had been preparing for decades. Not for the HFY specifically, but for something. The ocean had always been Earth's final frontier, and humans had conquered it with typical stubborn ingenuity. Nuclear submarines that could dive to crushing depths. Deep-sea bases powered by volcanic vents. Pressure suits that let humans walk in trenches where the water itself became alien. Fire, Admiral Cooper ordered. Torpedoes designed to function at depths that would liquefy HFY bodies streaked through the water. The aliens' bioshields calibrated for energy weapons and their homeworld's gentle pressures crumpled like paper. But it wasn't the submarines that truly terrified the HFY. It was what came after. Marine biologist Dr. Angela Foster had spent years studying the deep ocean. When the military asked her how to drive out the HFY without destroying Earth's oceans, she'd smiled. We don't have to do anything. Just let them meet the locals. The HFY city near the mid-Atlantic ridge was the first to encounter them. Giant squids, creatures that Earth's humans had barely documented, living in pressures that defied comprehension. To the HFY, they were nightmares made flesh. Tentacles 60 feet long, covered in barbed suckers, attached to bodies with eyes the size of dinner plates. Then came the things humanity had only glimpsed. Creatures from trenches so deep that sunlight was a myth. Bioluminescent predators that had evolved in pressures that would crush steel. The footage from dying HFY drones showed massive shadows, things that made whales look small, rising from depths their instruments couldn't even measure. Commander Velnash's final transmission to the HFY Empire was panicked. The oceans here are not empty. The depths are hostile. The pressure is impossible. And the humans live here. They have cities beneath the ice. Vessels in the trenches. They swim in these waters without suits. They eat the nightmare creatures. The signal cut off as something massive rose from below. Something with teeth like industrial grinding equipment. Within a week, the remaining HFY abandoned the oceans entirely. They huddled on a small island, begging for passage off-world. Admiral Cooper personally oversaw their evacuation. As the last Aquari ship lifted off, their leader turned to him. "Your oceans? They're impossible." Cooper smiled. "No, they're just Earth oceans. We grew up swimming in them. What did you expect?" The Aquari ship departed, carrying a new entry for the galactic database. Earth, Death World. Oceans, uninhabitable. Humans, aquatic capable. Avoid at all costs. Below the waves, in pressures that defied physics and darkness that predated stars, humanity's submarines patrolled in silence, guarding the depths that had always belonged to them.